So how do you instill confidence in your kids so that they will grow up to be confident adults? I received this DM, which is similar to many others I get. What is the root on the lack of confidence in kids? Is there something we do as parents? I have phenomenal kids, but I'm beginning to wonder why such intelligent, kind, and healthy boys suffer from this. So it would be wrong for me to answer specifically about your kids since I don't know them, but I can tell you how I work with young people and what I did with my own. And so there are going to be two parts to this. First is that confidence is gained by actually doing the thing. And you cannot grow in real, genuine, resilient confidence just because your mom and dad say that you're great and that you're the best. This is why participation trophies are so detrimental, in my opinion. Confidence comes from recognizing the anxiety, but having the strength to still try, which is going to lead to eventual success. And if a young person can do this over and over again, and also get back up when they fail, they are going to grow in that strong, resilient confidence that any good parent would want for their child, and also make it easier on you in the future. So how can you teach your kids to have the courage to just try new things which will lead to confidence? You are going to have to start this when they're young. I'm talking toddler and preschool age, because young kids, approximately under the age of 8, they have little to no fear of failure because they are so desperate to be a big kid and they want to participate so badly. So this is where you have to take advantage of their desperation. Then as they get older and more aware of other people and the fear of others just sets in, once that fear sets in, you're gonna have another additional huge barrier to overcome, which you don't want. So while they're young, you have to let them try things, let them fail so that they can test themselves, but also experience the incredible satisfaction of hard-earned success. Then the second part is that you also have to give them the opportunity to learn skills so that they can feel capable when they are faced with adult level challenges. Giving them the opportunity to learn skills for the future is so important because there are just some things they cannot do until they start young adult life. And so it's to their advantage that they feel like they have some skills and tools to figure things out in the real world and solve their problems. This practicing for the real world is so important. I'm going to tell you a story so that you don't think you can just cheer your kids into thriving adulthood and just hope for the best. So growing up in church, I would sometimes hear the story of David being as a way to encourage young people to be strong and courageous. The pastor would say something like, David was a teenager when he fought Goliath. He was strong and courageous. If he did it, you could do it too. That's all well and good, but now as an adult, I know that there were some parts that were left out. And so if you've never read the story yourself, I encourage you to go read the story for yourself in the Bible. I'm going to be sharing with you an embellished version of that story. So I'm adding things to the story. And that is that David, by the time he fought Goliath, yes, scholars place him as somewhere as a teenager, but he has been prepared. It's not like he just got up off his Xbox and went to go fight Goliath, okay? He was the youngest. He had 7 brothers. And back then, siblings were very rough. I mean, let's not forget what Joseph's brothers did to him. And so siblings were extremely rough. He was the youngest. His father didn't even call him in when the prophet came to anoint one of his sons to be king. The prophet was like, are these all the sons you have? He's like, well, there's one, but I left him. He's out in the field. And the prophet had to actually say, the prophet Samuel had to say, go bring him in. And it turned out to be him. And it's just so funny because of just how forgotten he was in that way. But not only is he tough now because of the family life he had, but also being a shepherd boy, as he shares himself, he's fighting a lot of wild animals. He's fighting lions and bears. And he talks about how when he was younger, and if one of these lions or bears would take one of his lambs, he would go after that animal to get his lamb back. And so there was a lot of practice going on. Not to mention, he is a shepherd boy. So he's just spending hours outside in nature in silence. He has no music, no Spotify, no YouTube. Okay, he is just focused. As we know, he was a songwriter and a singer. He wrote and sang most of those psalms and all of the songs that he wrote and sang and now is in the Bible. So we know he did that. He probably had a lot of time to pray and commune with God. So his relationship with the Lord was close. So then by the time he went to fight Goliath, this boy had been prepared his whole life. Okay? To the to that, we know that when he finally took that shot, just one shot right into Goliath's forehead, and Goliath is dead. And then he was still strong enough to go and chop off his head and get his reward. And so I am just sharing that to build confidence in your kids, it is going to take a lot of failure, experiencing success, but also you as a parent giving them the tools to be prepared for when the big opportunities